Hey guys, welcome to Two Fat Guys Watching Netflix.
But not chilling.
Not we
We did not chill.
chill.
We just watched it.
You had to throw. I thought that, and you had to throw it in there. But
Because
okay.
if I didn't say something, if someone didn't say something, someone would have thought it. Like, did you do?
Well, here's the thing. If you watch, I guess like listen, watch whatever to the very end. We'll have a special message at the very end of this video. So, anyways, this is episode
712.
712. -6, version 3. I'll edit that out.
0.314.
We'll edit that part out. Don't note to editor, edit that out. Anyways, so we went. Yeah, I watched Army of the Dead, which is right off a hot Zack Snyder, man, right off the hot wings of the Justice League Snyder cut. He brings us Army of the Dead. It's a super duper thriller film.
That's a super meh.
With. Wait, you didn't like it?
It was meh.
It was meh. So yeah, it's and obviously if you guys have been watching Two Fat Guys with Movies at this point, spoilers. But I'm gonna throw it in there anyways because somebody will say, "Oh, there's spoilers in this." Just saying about spoilers.
If you haven't watched it by now, and if you've been on the internet, it's pretty much spoiled already.
True. But, I guess it came out 2 weeks ago in theaters.
I did find out something interesting. Is that because I remember the first not really the first zombie movie I've ever seen, but first movie that I was related to like a George Romero zombie movies, which he's the king of zombie movies. I mean, they may not have been like huge budget, but I mean, come on. Anyway, yeah.
I have. We won't get into that. That's a huge rant.
Anyway.
So yeah, Army of the Dead stars Dave Bautista.
Zack Snyder actually did the remake of Dawn of the Dead. I didn't never knew that.
Which one?
Dawn of the Dead.
There's been like 5 remakes of Dawn of the Dead.
He did the one that was filmed done by Zack Snyder.
I know, but I mean, like I'm saying is like there's the original Dawn of the Dead.
It's the one with Abomination in it.
Oh God, I don't even Tim whatever his name is.
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth, yeah. Honestly, I'd have to look it up. I don't remember.
It was like
it was bad.
No. It was actually pretty decent. I mean, it was again, it's. I know people love the original. I never seen the original.
Are you talking about the one with the montage where the guy's like banging the chick in the mall? Is that the one?
No, actually, I believe it's on like cameras. He says like because when they got off they got on the guy's boat and they got into the water and they got to the island and all of a sudden it was rampaging with zombies.
Which is that one?
Well, yeah, that's
okay.
That's the one.
Okay, that's the one. Because there's 3 different remakes of that film. There's the original, and then there's like 2 or 3. There's a really bad like knockoff version, like B movie version, which nobody really remembers, but I've seen it. Unfortunately, it's bad. And then there's 2 big Hollywood remakes of it. There was because they did this whole thing where they went into a remake of all like. I don't remember. You remember the original Night of the Living Dead? It's a black guy. That's the hero. It dies at the end. He's the last one to survive. Gets shot in the head. And the first remake of the first official Hollywood. Bro. The first official remake of that film was they changed it to a woman. That was that role. And I think she survived.
I just remember. I remember there was like the sequel, but I don't think I remember actually watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. I have seen nearly every single zombie movie there is and TV show. So unfortunately, it's like okay, I gotta watch it. It's Army of the Dead. I mean, I thought it was gonna be in theaters only, but apparently it came on Netflix too. So hey, gotta watch it for free.
Well, let me put it this way. I think I would have been kind of. Let's face it. How many people have gone to movies where they've wasted money and like, gosh, shit, I wasted $10 on that movie.
Right.
But it's one of those. I'm glad it was on Netflix because reading someone's comment on Twitter or YouTube or something about the movies, and they were actually glad it was on Netflix because that way they could stop it and kind of go do something or I think I ended up watching it all and I more or less went. I think I did pause it briefly to do something. I don't know what I was doing, but it was something. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't. It was like it was your typical Zack Snyder movie that was based on one of like his own works. Because I believe, if I remember, he wrote this too.
He didn't write it, or he wrote it.
Co-wrote it or something.
Yeah, he wrote it, but someone else did this, like, rewrote the screenplay. So the premise of this film is, a zombie apocalypse happens in Vegas, but they contain it. They have, I'm not gonna lie, I thought the Deadpool intro to it was kind of neat.
No, hold on.
How they did it, how they did the whole thing.
Hold on. I believe that's like a Zach, like one of Guy Ritchie has like an artsy movie kind of where he like this certain things like
always does the same thing in every movie.
But I don't know if he does it in every movie, but no. I know I watched this one. I can't think about Dawn of the Dead. Did he do that in that one? I don't remember.
No.
I do remember he had like the cheesy song because he had Richard Cheese cover of Down with the Sickness, which was fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious. I love it.
And kids, I use the word fucking. Do not use that word if you're watching this video. If you're watching this video, you shouldn't be watching this video because this is for adults only.
Well, first of all,
hold on. Listening to this.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna say right out. Not only did the zombie apocalypse happen with a blowjob, because he crashed the car. Yeah. He crashed. So basically, the movie, the guy gets married. Random people get married in Vegas. They're on the highway. Instead of just being a smart person and pull over, enjoy yourself, and then keep going, he, gets excited and veers off in the road, and then you got two I'm sorry, I shouldn't say idiot military guys, but they were idiots. Sitting there chatting about what's in the truck because they hint that they came from Area 51, which is now indicating that the zombies were basically either like, there's theories, aliens, it was an alien, it was an experiment, whatever, it's a zombie, and, they crashed, they're not paying attention to the road, they're the front car, they're supposed to be paying attention to who's in front of you, and he crashes smack right into him. That car blows up, killing both of those guys, I think. And it knocks the payload over, which the door opens up. And then the guy, he's like, "We need backup. We got a problem."
I did love the whole thing. Get the hell out of here! Like, wait, can you repeat?
Get the fuck! I love this. She's like, "Listen, moron, get the fuck out of there. And if somebody can't go, leave them behind." And of course, he doesn't. And they both get killed, and they become zombies. And maybe it's just a thing. Like, zombies have always been since 60s when they first became a thing. Or actually, they weren't even called zombies. They were called ghouls. Actually, in the original, they were never called zombies in the George Romero films. They were never called zombies. They're either called the dead or ghouls. But anyway, zombies have always the trope has always been they're slow. But what gets you is they move in large packs.
However,
it was
again, this one they should have started with like a little. You needed to give backstory because these alphas. Like, so basically, because the main one was called Zeus, which they never actually bothered telling anybody what he had a name.
That's a fan thing. That's. Well, I mean, it's not like a fan thing, but yeah, like the directors. Oh yeah, his name is Zeus because he was standing by a thing, but he's not actually called that.
Anyway, basically, so if you were to bite another person, obviously they become an alpha. But if that other alpha bites, bites into a human, do they become just like when they're regular? They had the ones that were.
So yeah, they broke it down in. If I remember right, they kind of broke it down into two, and I don't remember the name they called it, but there was one. There's like these are the weaker zombies. That they're your traditional zombies. They're very slow. They move in packs, and that's like the traditional trope zombie. Then you have, like you said, the alphas, which not alphas, but that trope of zombies that are super fast, super intelligent, was first introduced in 28 Days Later, and I hated it.
Technically, they weren't really dead though. It was something in the.
It was a virus. It was different, but they were zombies. But they were super fast. They was built as zombies, even though technically it was a virus.
I don't know if they were.
It was a virus, but anyways.
But I'm saying I don't think they were.
Well, they had zombie qualities, like they try to eat you.
Well, I'm not
stuff
saying
like
that.
I'm
just saying the fact that.
I didn't like it, just like I didn't like the Jason remake where they made Jason fast, where he could run. There's just certain things you don't mess with. There's just some things you don't mess with, and so I had to look this up. So Zack Snyder, failure for not, like you said, not talking, because I wondered that too after I watched it. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh,
What?
yeah, the whole fucking robot zombie thing. She's like, the hell?
You know what? I didn't even catch that because it was so quick. I only caught it because I read the Wikipedia page.
I know. Here's the thing I noticed is like there was a weird thing is that I didn't like really. There's like one where they get the head because one of the heads
Gets shot in the head and you see it fall back and you see like lights or whatever, like he's a robot.
There was a couple I would notice their eyes when they got shot that their eyes were going like a blue. Like what the hell's going on there? And again, like there's like no explanation. And then he comes out. I think not too long after the movie release, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a prequel coming out, which is called evidently Army of Thieves.
Army of Thieves, yeah. So basically, it's indicated that the zombie or the alpha, which was Zeus, was either created with alien like experiments or whatever. But I guess it'll be explained later. But he basically, if he bites you, you are now an alpha, so you're just like him. If you bite somebody, that person who becomes a zombie is going to be weaker than you. And so basically it's the more like, and then if that person bites somebody, that person's weaker than him. So that's how you get the weak zombies.
I don't know if they're the same zombies. I remember like when they went in there and they were creeping around the casino, you see all the bodies, but like once the lights came back on and nose started, they actually woke up. However, there were also ones that were like basically dried out husks, and said you actually wait when the French chicks.
What threw me off was I guess the tiger. So a zombie attacked the tiger, or did the tiger attack a zombie, and then they mauled it?
Because according to IMDb, Zeus was the one that infected that tiger.
Okay, I guess again,
evidently it
wasn't in the movie.
Evidently, one of the tiger was actually there was actually
sent for roids.
Well, it was no, but I'm saying like there was an actual tiger on set with the trainer, off to make sure it didn't do anything. But they evidently carefully applied makeup to it.
Oh, it looked very CG.
Well, no. But and then they basically the rest of it with the CGI cat was based on one of Carol Baskin's tigers.
Oh, gotcha. So, I mean, I don't want to ramble too on about this movie because I'm gonna lie to you. The first 40 minutes of this movie, I was looking at my phone. I was bored. So I probably missed a lot of details and a lot of story, but it was very boring. And I got the premise though that it's a heist movie. He's like, hey, go. That's an interesting concept. Yeah, I mean, but it was executed bad.
Yeah, there was the helicopter pilot was CGI'd in because the first person had some allegations against him, so they basically digitally erased him. And there was one scene that a couple scenes of you could actually tell that she was CG'd in.
I thought it was weird when I was watching. Here's the thing. So, not to get too much into it, but I guess most of the movie was filmed already with a comedian. I think it's Chris something. I can't remember his name. I had to look this up after I watched it because a couple things were weird. I didn't know about any of this. I guess allegations of I don't want to get into it, but abuse of women, mishandling of women backstage. Using your, it's not saying he did or didn't, but I can't tell you how many times I've seen where people get popular, and then all of a sudden there's all these allegations all of a sudden. And it's like, yeah. Well, then again, this guy's not that popular anyways. I'd never heard of him until I read it. So, again, I don't know. So, but I guess Zack Snyder and his wife decided with the allegations, which, mind you, as of this recording, he's not been trialed or it's just allegations. It's just women saying, hey, he did this. And then I guess Zack Snyder and his wife decided that it was safer for them to remove him from the film or whatever. And they cast a different person, that very similar body to them, and I guess their entire they weren't on set. They were basically in front of the green screen and acted by themselves, and then they digitally put that person in.
And they said it was hard, but evidently Netflix said, "Here's some more money, do it." And they said there was a few scenes. There was one scene I kind of noticed something was off, but I read that there was a few scenes where you could kind of tell.
Well, yeah, that's why I looked at it. I was like, what was up with that one actor? Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
It was funny. The Dieter, the German safecracker he was probably for me like the best part of the movie.
Oh yeah, I loved him. He was funny.
As I was kind of watching the credits going for like, and then how Netflix has like when they release a movie, they'll have like basically
a making of. Yep.
Well, no. They had what do you want to call it? For like, at this credits roll, and then when you got past like all like the main credits, and then it hit like who all the people were in like the dubbed versions. Like I was watching, and all of a sudden I seen the dude's name pop up for the German release. I go, well, it makes sense because the guy's German, so why wouldn't he dub his own voice? In,
it makes sense, yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and give my my grade, if you will. I'm going to give like a C plus to a C, because for me it was pretty much average. I mean, it was interesting, but they could have saved about half an hour of time by cutting the whole daughter having to go after this woman subplot, because that's what dragged it down. I mean, yes, I read someone's comment about how like basically her going off and doing that is what pretty much killed everybody. Not quite true, but yes, it didn't help. It's one of those things like, this whole, I get it. I mean, I wasn't never against like the daughter being part of the team. I mean, let's say that she's kind of hot, so I mean, whatever. But the whole like, oh hey, by the way, this one guy tells me he takes him to this room and the top floor, and he can piss him off one at a time. So she might still be alive. Hey, I'm gonna go run off and the fucking zombie infested.
Yeah. So like okay, so like I said, the beginning of the movie, I really just zoned out. I was just like, this movie, oh god, this is bad. This is like the beginning part was really interesting. Like I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be like Zombieland. It's gonna be completely over the top, ridiculous, not take itself seriously, know what it is, and then all of a sudden, it went serious, and I zoned out, and I caught a couple bits here and there that kind of look okay. Like, this a Japanese guy comes in, and he's like,
that's not no Japanese guy. That's Scorpion, man.
The Scorpion, I know. I try to remind me of that. I was trying to ignore the fact that was the same actor, because he did such a good job in Mortal Kombat, and then this. It was just a throwaway character. He was like, hey, so.
You don't know, because who knows? Maybe he's a bit more of a player in the sequel. I mean, it's got a prequel.
So there was an I feel like there was an interesting premise here, and I don't know, either Zack Snyder was afraid to go full with it, or it was just a teaser and they're gonna explore it in the sequel, but it just didn't make any sense. So you have this douchebag that shows up who clearly kills the first person that gets killed off or causes an issue, and nobody bats an eye at it, and they don't know nothing about him. He's just there to help.
He's
chief security guard, even though when the chief came in and said, hey, this is the plan, he didn't talk about him at all. Then he just comes with like, yeah, I'm a security guy, I'll be going with you. Where was he in the plan? He didn't mention him. So it was weird, and then it turned out he was there to basically get the queen, which I don't think he knew about or whatever, but it was weird that, because it acted like they didn't know who the queen was, or that there was even alphas. They just thought there were zombies. But this chick knows, because she goes in and out there all the time. And then, long story short, they need the zombie head so they can make more zombies. Make a zombie army. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, you mean to tell me that if the zombie came from Area 51 and they were transporting it for whatever reason, and if I'm telling you, that bunker was the worst bunker ever to carry a zombie. If you're gonna transport a zombie through the Vegas desert, you better have more than that. That was just ridiculous. But again, the premise of the movie, I get it. It was supposed to be over the top, ridiculous. I thought for the most part, as a zombie heist movie, it was interesting. It was okay. But the daughter thing and then him, it didn't really premise very well, because at first I thought he had nightmares of killing his wife, the Batista.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's having nightmares about having to kill his wife. That sucks. And then about almost an hour into the movie, I realized, oh, he did kill his wife, and that's why well, that wasn't played off very well.
It was one of those things where it said the doctor said, "Well, you thought it was because maybe she had killed mom." Because the mom, she was a zombie. Because you could sit there and tell, and he
right, yeah. And then yeah, so she goes, and she only goes because her friends went in, they didn't come back, which creates this whole subplot, which again, they die at the end. It was pointless.
Let me put it this way: they could have still had her be part of the group somehow. But yet they have the whole subplot where she's like, they're all down by the vault. All of a sudden, she's gone. Where is she? We got to get out of here. And I'm not the only. I know I'm not the only person out there who's seen it. Thinking, yeah, because that would have cut a half an hour, and it would have been like a great 2-hour movie because that extra half an hour.
2 hours and 45-minute movie.
I mean, let me put it this way: the whole hey, we got this. The one dude, I don't know his name. When I was in the vault. But he'd gotten out, and then of course he's going to Mexico. It's just, guess what? You're potentially opening up for a sequel.
Isn't that the guy who played Jax in Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
It is not.
It looks like him. Maybe they're related. They might be related.
All I know because I've seen the guy. Why
he looks so goddamn familiar. Oh no, he's Spawn.
Nope.
Are you sure? Look it up. I bet I'm right. But leave a comment down below if I'm right.
No, you're actually.
Oh, it looks like it's his brother. It's his brother.
I looked it up,
oh, okay. Damn, he looks so familiar though. He looks just like that guy. Or no, was it the one guy in the one mobster in the Dark Knight? The Dark Knight.
Let's see.
But I thought that actor was the same actor who played Spawn in the original Spawn. Well, there's only one Spawn movie. They haven't made the other one. They ain't never gonna make it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like I was saying, this movie is rated R. You know, there's no sexual stuff in it, but you know, you have a bunch of Las Vegas showgirls chasing people down, not with their tops on.
Speaking of that, there was a scene that Zack Snyder decided to cut due to the simple fact that I think it was like as a joke where he was going to have a male stripper with a prosthetic penis, with a huge prosthetic penis with a bite taken out of it, and then he thought that was going too far, so he.
That actually would have been kind of funny, actually.
Well, he was in the A-Team, but he was not B.A. Baracus in that movie. However, he was also in Kick-Ass, which I believe he was...
Oh my god.
He was the cop partner to Nicolas Cage's character.
That's who I've seen him from.
And
Kick-Ass.
He was also in Gridiron Gang. He was also in Beauty Shop, but I don't really watch that one.
No, I think I've seen that one.
No, I have seen
that. For a zombie movie,
like I said, the premise was actually interesting.
Give it a C, honestly. I mean,
for me, it's just an average.
It's a Netflix movie. The ending, I mean, okay. So when it comes to certain movies, there's an aspect of disbelief, like forgetting it. Suspension of disbelief. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you just dropped, I mean, maybe some time had passed, but. The guy was in a safe. They dropped a nuke. They didn't say it was a special bomb. They said it was a nuke.
That's the other thing.
And he walked out.
Well, hell, the same thing with Batista and the other two people. Oh, funny thing is, I think her name was Greta, whatever. You see her get in the helicopter, but once it crashes, you do not see her again. Or as a matter of fact, even during the whole fight, you never see her on the helicopter.
Yeah. So. There was three of them. One was killed.
No, there's four because it was the daughter, Batista.
No, I'm talking about the girls. The girls. The woman that the daughter went to go find. Yeah, there was three of them. One was taken and I guess killed. The other two survived. They got on the helicopter.
No. The only one. I think the other one must have gotten killed before.
She must have gotten captured or killed but then when the plane crashed. The pilot, the helicopter pilot, when the helicopter crashed, they didn't show like her dead. Like she could have survived that. Like they could, if they brought that character back, I wouldn't be like, oh, she died. They didn't say she died, even though the Wikipedia page said she died.
Well, no, the thing was, you don't even see her at all. There's like no body.
No, the pilot.
No, the pilot was there. Pilot died. No, but there's the.
But no, I'm saying they showed her laying like this, but they didn't show her like and because usually when someone dies, they're in a manner like, oh, they're dead, but she was like this, and she tried to talk to her, and she didn't answer and anything. I mean, the way they had her silhouette, If they were to come back and say, yeah, she's still alive but paralyzed, all right. But like you said, her friend or the one that she went to go get, which created a 40-minute plot in this movie, was nowhere to be found in the wreckage. She didn't even go look for her, you know? And then she went to her dad, who was bitten on the plane, and, you know, Batista's character dies. It's a zombie movie because everybody needs to die.
Yeah,
except for the daughter.
Actually, that's what I thought was kind of good thing. Like, well, where you in all these movies, you don't necessarily, like, well, Dawn of the Dead. They all end up getting to that island where they're going to be safe.
Yeah, and they're dead. They die. Yeah. Night of the Living Dead. One guy survives at the end, shot in the head at the end. Day of the Dead, the military base one. That's the military base one. It's Day of the Dead. They all die at the end.
That one also had like really shitty graphics in it.
Well, that was the original one. Then there was the remake again. Dawn of the Dead is the mall. They all die. Yeah, every single one of George Romero's zombie movies, pretty sure everybody dies at the end of the movie. I think very few times has somebody survived. You know?
I never actually saw the original Dawn of the Dead though. So I know that one. I know that was actually in the mall.
It's really, it's dated. It's dated badly. Well, it's really. Well, I mean, Rocky still holds up today.
Does it?
You know, I mean, it still looks decent. The cinematography of it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I watched it. I watched it without gritting my teeth. Oh God, this is bad. Like Superman.
What about Superman?
It's dated, really bad. But we're also talking about a guy flying on a screen that's just rotating. So I mean, it's still a decent movie. Like I'll watch it, but like Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead is extremely bad. Like the zombie makeup is terrible in that movie. But I guess it was like cutting edge back then, though.
Well, no.
But then again, that was back then.
They didn't have a very huge budget.
And yeah, every one of his movies are always, which is why the Dawn of the Dead series is in the public domain. If we wanted to make a Dead movie, we could make a Dead movie.
No, actually, not anymore. That first one, he forgot to do anything with the rights, which is why it was like released. But everything else after that, I think he actually made sure he got.
Pretty sure it's still in the public. I'm pretty sure. Well, you can still make a movie based off the original 3 movies, but after that, you can't.
I think Night of the Living Dead was like the only one that he didn't get put his credit on. So basically, people were allowed to show it, and he wouldn't get paid a dime.
Well, no, not that. Not just that. It didn't get trademarked, so anybody could make a movie called Night of the Living Dead,
but
he couldn't sue you.
I'm sure it's one of those things. Well, I think I watched something one time where he talked about they made that mistake, and so yeah, basically you have multiple places could be showing it, and he just wouldn't make a dime.
Yeah, he didn't make, but it made a lot of money though. I don't know.
But I'm sure they've gone back through the years after and something, because it's
that movie made millions, so on a budget of like 50,000. But anyways, yeah, Army of the Dead starring Dave Bautista. I was kind of sad he died. It came across as a very, I think another problem that it had, and I don't know if this comes to the fact that Zack Snyder had, I don't know, it didn't feel like a Zack Snyder movie to me. And there's still a couple things I didn't talk about because they're just weird. I didn't talk about the baby thing. Yeah, the baby thing was the alien baby. I was like, wait a minute. So I don't know if, and that's where I was confused.
According to Zack Snyder during an interview, yes, they have weird aggressive sex or something.
Okay, yeah, that's where I was like, I didn't watch any interviews, but I was like sitting there thinking, why would the alphas mate? They could just bite somebody else and they have a new zombie. So I wasn't sure if the woman he bit was already pregnant, or he had weird zombie sex and she got pregnant. And then, he ripped her open and like he's mad because the baby's dead. I'm like, well, the baby's gonna just whatever. It's a zombie now, but whatever. It might. Yeah, you are right, because I remember in Dawn of the Dead they did have that weird baby zombie thing.
Well, they did.
Where the woman died and her baby was born, and they thought it would be okay, but the baby was a zombie too.
She was actually still pregnant when she got bit.
Yep.
And they kind of kept her hidden.
Yeah, he kept the fact hidden that she was bitten. She died, and then he had his baby, and the baby, he was holding the baby, and it was like, ah! they, took care of both
I'm
of
not.
them.
I haven't seen the movie in a long ass time.
Like 10 years, yeah.
But I was wondering why I want to watch it again just to see. But I couldn't remember if the baby had eaten its way out or.
No, she had the baby because he turned around holding the baby in his arms.
No, but I think no, or maybe she died while she. We know because
she died in birth, I think.
She was actually a zombie at that time.
Yeah, she had turned into a zombie, and he kept the fact hidden that she had turned into a zombie. Like he had her tied up on the bed. I remember that. Then she had the baby, and he was just like delusional at that point. He lost his shit and was like, "Look at my baby!" And like, "Oh my god!" And it's like zombie baby. So yeah, it probably was Zack Snyder.
There was
he's a weird guy.
There was actually that one the Zombie Nation on Sci-Fi.
Yep.
Or Z Nation.
Z Nation.
Where they actually had a zombie baby who was like I don't know what the plot point of it was. I'm not gonna sit there and go watch the show because it's like whatever.
It's okay.
If people liked it, cool. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and knock you for liking it. I just never watched it and don't care.
Yeah, Army of the Dead, like the name of the movie does not fit the premise of what they did. So, and what was even more surprising, and I don't know what government of the world that was in that movie, but man, they had their shit together. They brought in trailers and dropped in crates and dropped that shit around Vegas and contained it. Contained it.
That's all the collectibles that were dropped.
Oh yeah.
Dropped in the sea.
From didn't think about that. Oh god, I didn't think about that. Those are all the crates from San Francisco that never made it in. But I was just like, wow, they put all that around Vegas, and they contained it.
Oh, to go back to your whole dropping the nuke. That actually was brought up a few times, like a plot hole where a nuke was just dropped, and like this guy's getting out. It could have been like a 4 days later. There still would have been radiation in the air.
That's what I was getting at. Like, why he didn't die from radiation?
And just like the whole like the copter getting hit by like the blast, they still would have been affected by the radiation too.
Yeah, but another thing, wasn't there camps all around?
No, I think.
Or did they evacuate?
They evacuated them.
Okay. But they didn't say that though. That's what I'm saying. Well, I was like, they didn't want all these people around
before they grabbed that one douchebag that was the cannon fodder. Hey, we're bringing you fresh meat. We're gonna come check out some stuff. You use some fresh meat. You leave us alone. We leave you alone.
Oh, that guy. And they were leaving, right? See, I missed. Like I said, I didn't pay attention to the beginning of the movie. Like it lost me. I was like, what? Okay, this is dumb. But I gotta watch it anyways. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe when the zombie action happens, it'll get better. Because the beginning of that movie with the intro was so good, and then it just went super serious, and then it just went into this weird plateau where it just didn't do anything for like an hour. And then they got into the zombie world, and I was like, okay, now they're in there. Okay, then I got interested, and then I was like, oh, now there's a subplot where this guy is trying to actually capture a zombie. Okay, this is cool. It's gonna fuck everything up. I get it. But him doing that didn't fuck it up. It was the girl. It was the daughter that fucked it up.
Well, technically, if he had not beheaded her, I don't think they would have been coming after him.
That's true. But
still, yeah.
But they would have. But I think if she had been still there, they'd have gotten out because they were ready to go. They were like, okay, we got the money, the vault, the plane, the helicopter's good. Let's go. They'd have gotten out. If you think about it, by the time that he realized that she was gone. And the time frame that the alphas, which the whole thing was just whatever, got there, they'd have been up in the air and gone already. We got out, peace out. And then the nuke would have dropped like 20 minutes later, and boom, done. Movie over. Story over. But, they had to have the daughter there, and she had to run away, like you said, and create this subplot, which killed them all. That's where the movie's weakness was, is the fact that you introduced this thing that should have been what killed everybody, which, again, it did trigger the event of him coming in to kill them, but had she not left to go find her friend, they'd have gotten out.
Well, it was one of those things where...
They'd have gotten out.
Again, it would have been one of those things where, it's one of those ensemble team, type, movies where, not everybody's going to get out.
There is one thing I will add before we end this that I thought was hilarious, and I was like, this just shows like the meta of it. The one guy that was actually kind of cool, that I actually kind of liked, the guy who like pulled all the grenades at the end.
Oh yeah.
Him, I remember the guy's name.
Oh, the whole
the YouTube video. And he's like, "Hey guys, like and subscribe." And I was like, this guy's going out there recording them shooting zombies, and he's at a YouTube channel. That's hilarious. Like, I thought that was hilarious. But anyways, guys, as I said, if you watched this far into the video, wow, you got no life. Because this is like 40 minutes already. But yeah, so Mr. J's got something he likes to say.
About the scoring system?
Yeah.
So yeah, like we never really have like a set concrete way we like grade the movies, if you will. So if there's anyone who actually watches these things, like people we know, and you have like an idea, do we do like letter grading? Do we like A through F? Numbers.
Give us ideas. Give us money. I mean,
yeah, we'll take money.
We'll take money. We'll take it.
We'll take Visa.
Take Visa, MasterCard, American Express.
But no Discover.
No Discover. Fuck that.
We got
Discover. This is 2021. Who uses Discover?
Who really uses American Express though? Does anybody?
No. Nobody uses that anymore either.
We also do PayPal. You can also
Cash App.
You can also become a boo banger.
Yeah.
So that's not my thing. My thing was a blue blaster.
Blue Blaster?
Yeah, Boo Blaster.
Blue Blaster.
Or you can become a Majin banger.
Majin banger for $1.99 a month. Not a big deal if you don't want to, but if you want to see some cool stuff Mr. J's done.
I don't do much of anything.
Oh, I have a bunch of stuff I have recorded I haven't put up yet. I'm gonna make people pay for this now.
I still think we should just do like something called what dumb shit we do in Destiny.
Yeah.
And just go around doing.
Even I don't have it installed anymore.
We install that shit. And we can do dumb shit we do in Destiny.
Yep. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. The next movie coming out that I think that we're gonna see or review will be Black Widow. No, something's coming out in June.
For some reason, I thought Black Widow was still coming out in June.
It's July. It's July. It's like July 6th or some shit.
You know what? Maybe we'll if we're gonna talk about Loki or something. It comes out June 9th.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and until next time.
Or listening, or whatever. Okay, bye. We're getting out of the car.
Okay.